Welcome to Feel Good Talk, where our focus is on mind, body, soul, and business. You are now tuning in to Let's Talk About It, and you are here with your girl, Izzy Meditates, and Kendra Moore. Hello, Miss
Hello.
Kendra.
Hey,
How are you
everyone.
today?
Happy Thursday. I woke up this morning. I could have swore it was Saturday. I've been doing that
Oh,
the past couple of days.
I'm glad you didn't say that when you messaged me this morning. I would have been all messed up.
I know. I'm like barely getting it together.
I know, but I'm ready for the weekend. The
Yeah,
weekends
me
are
too.
just as busy, but I still like to know that I have like a Saturday and Sunday to kind of like chill out a little bit.
I know that's right. And I'm doing exactly that. Chill.
So we are excited to have you here with us today. Today we are going to talk about vision slash dream boards. And a vision slash dream board is a way to visualize and see your aspirations. And so this is a great opportunity. I mean, if you have some like a board at home or something that you could jot down some things to create your own vision board, that's cool. You can take our ideas and maybe try it now or maybe try it later. But we're excited because we have our aspirations that we would like to share with you.
Yes. So let's talk about, and I'm glancing at my phone, you guys, because I actually was so excited about this topic because visions and goals and stuff, like I feed off of that. And so I was just like meditating on visions and why a vision board or having a vision and why that's so important. So a
Yeah.
few things that came to my mind, and you guys know you're going to see my cat's tail because it's like every show. um, but why have a vision, right? So it's really important to have a vision. One, and we can talk about this, Izzy, and the audience, we would love to hear your comments, but it sets you free from your past,
Yeah.
right? So the thing is, a lot of us, we hold on to what's happened to us, the mistakes that we've made, and that keeps us operating in the same way. And then as time passes, you look down and you haven't really advanced a whole lot. And you're like, oh, well, I should have been doing this, or I thought by age X, Y, and Z, I'd be here. And a lot of that has to do with your past and holding on to your past. So what a vision board allows you to do is it allows you to actually train your mind to stop looking back and start looking forward. And in order to start looking forward, that means that you have to prepare. And so the vision is the future, today is preparation, and the past is behind. So that's the way that I like to think about it. And then the other thing is about a vision board is that it allows us to see our future selves.
Yeah.
So wait, I should
Good.
stop there. You have anything else to add before I go on? Girl, you know I can
No,
roll on this
you
topic.
keep going. You're on a roll. I'm listening. I'm taking my notes here.
All right. So vision allows us to see our future selves, right? So, again, it is really understanding that preparation today so in the future that you will be better off. So the way that I thought about this was last summer, right? So last summer, I have all these clothes that I wanted to wear that I couldn't wear because your girl put on some pounds. And when it was time for to like go someplace, right? I'm spending like 30, 40 minutes putting this on and taking it off and putting it on and taking it off because it doesn't look right. And then when I finally find something that looks good, then it's like, now I'm like kind of jaded about it because I've already been through so many outfits. So I've been working so many hours the past couple of weeks, fast forward to today, and it really threw me off of my workout game. And I started to get a little bit complacent. But on the 2 days, this is our third nice day we've had here in Delaware. So so yesterday or a couple of days ago, I was like, man, it's nice outside. And then my brain clicked. Summer's coming. What's going to be my future self? My future self is going to be like doing the same thing. So I'm like, okay, let me get my butt together and get my workout on. So, you got to visualize not just your vision, but where do you want to be in the future? What is your future self going to say when you look back in the past? Is it going to say, Kendra, you did a great job? Or is like, girl, here we go again. So I think that's the other big thing for me in terms of visions.
That is awesome. That is an awesome way to explain it. And for so many, I mean, we all kind of have our visions of where we want to be,
Yeah.
and we have our way of trying to see them. Some people are like, you have to see them on paper. Some people in picture form, and
Right.
some have to have them written down. And I know people who actually record it and they listen to it over and over every day so they can have
Ah,
it. But
right.
I love the vision board. Excuse me. And I have mine today. So I'm going to share. And I'm also going to be looking at my phone. Bear with me. I'm going to share my screen. And Kendra, if you can let me know if you see everything
Okay.
that I'm about to share, okay?
So you guys, for your vision boards, you can do it online while you're sharing, Izzy. You can do it online. You can do it on poster or paper. So Izzy did hers online, and I did mine on a poster board.
Yeah.
And it's my first time doing a vision board, and I am like I always had it, but in my mind. But putting it down concrete is like exciting.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, we
So
don't see it.
can you see it?
Nope, we see
Nope.
you still. Yeah. Let's give that.
Okay. Hang on one second.
No
I'll try it
problem.
one more time. How about now?
Nope. Oh, it's coming. There we go.
Awesome. So you got a good visual of it?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. So I did mine on an app, and it's basically a collage app. And it was easier for me to pick all the pictures and put them in the collage app and come up with a meaning for me. And it's all in order, and it all represents what my aspirations are. And so the first one that I have down is my heart. There's a heart rope, and I'll get into colors later. The heart rope represents me sharing love. I want to be reminded in the future to share love on all levels, whether it's a personal relationship, whether it's with my family, with my children, with strangers. And I want to be able to show up with attitude of gratitude. And so this is a constant reminder for me on my vision board or my board of aspirations as to what I want to do in the future. Next to the rope, the heart, is a picture of nature. I love nature. I love being outside, mostly spring, summer, fall. This is where I get all my energy and I feel the most connected. And I also like to ground with nature, whether I'm putting my feet in the grass or if I'm just sitting and allowing the sun to just warm my skin. I love that connection. And so this is a constant reminder in the future to continue to do this because it will help me grow. It will help me have good mental health, physical health. And so that's a reminder for me. Next is my sunflower. I absolutely love my sunflower. Before my aunt passed away, she allowed me to plant a sunflower in her garden, and it was by far the biggest sunflower. And before I got into symbols and things like that, I just had a love for the sunflower. And so the sunflower is a reminder of adoration, loyalty, longevity, and happiness. And so this is a part of my dream board to remind me to stay connected to these as well. And so in the middle is my daughter and my son. And with everything that's been going on, I've been trying to really like stay connected with them emotionally and trying to teach them school. And so this is a constant reminder to stay in the present moment with them. Despite the fact that I'm super busy with everything else, that to live in the present moment, to enjoy them while they're around, and to just stay connected with them. Next to that, so as you noticed, I've gone from heart, nature, grounding, symbols. Now, in the middle of all of this is my family. My family is really important to me, and all around it are the things that are surrounding and kind of going into the middle. Next to the picture of me and my children is a book. And this is here to remind me to start my next book. I finished my first one, and now I'm going to move on to my next book to remain focused, to remain consistent, so that I can have it complete and published. The next item on my dream board is connecting circles. And these circles are unity and strength. And so I want to make sure that in the future, I stay connected with unity and strength. And so I have that as a reminder. And the next picture I have is a puzzle, and you can see where the puzzle pieces actually fit. And I want to, this is basically to stay connected to everyone, because we're all connected, whether we realize it or not. Um, Connected in these relationships, sharing love and gratitude, and realizing that we all have an effect on each other. I want to experience this connection in intimate relationships, family relationships, and I want that to be a big part of my future. And as you noticed, the colors kind of go together. I am an earth tone person. I believe that I have an earth color. My earth colors are usually like tan and green and mauve. And these colors bring a warmth to me. So when I'm seeing this, I feel connected even to the picture. Well, not only the pictures, but also with the colors. And so this is how I created my vision board. Again, you can do this on an app. You could do it on a collage app. You could do it with a Word document. And then if you want to see it every day on your laptop, you can have it as a screensaver. You could text it to yourself and look at it in your pictures. Or you could also have it printed out. You could put it in a picture. It could be like on a piece of paper and post it wherever you need to have that reminder. And so this may work for some, and it doesn't have to be in detail. It could be 4 pictures maybe, or maybe just 2 things that you think are going to help you with your aspirations. But this is how I made a virtual dream board.
Yeah, I love that, Izzy. So what program did you use for that?
Oh my goodness. I think it's called Pick Collage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called Pick
did
Collage.
did you have a hard time like thinking about what you wanted to put on it in terms of general categories, or did you know kind of right away?
I just kind of flowed with the picture of my children first. And then
Right.
I kind of went around, and I thought about the things that were most important to me in the future,
Right.
and being connected to nature and being connected to my sunflower. Those are the things that keep me, motivated to
Right.
move forward. So
Yeah.
I've kind of thought about like the things that would help me to move forward in relationships. And so those can not just be for like, my children. I want to have love in an intimate relationship. I want to connect with people more. And it can go so many different ways. So, wake up in the morning, cut on my phone. It could be a screensaver.
Mm-hmm.
So I make sure I see it every day. Or it could be just, man, I'm losing. And that's what I wanted to mention. We had talked about our North Star and staying
Right.
connected. This is
Right.
a way to stay connected to your North Star and to kind of find it, when you lose sight in the mix of all the fog and the stuff that's going on in the world and the fear and the anxiety,
Yeah.
pull it up on your phone,
Yeah.
pull it up on a Word document, or just print it out. It's like, what, 10 cents to print out a color
Right.
picture of it. Sometimes I have it, what do I call that? It's like on my books when I was teaching in school, on the front of my book, I call it swag. I would have a collage of all the pictures that my students had drawn me, and they were so excited to see that. But it was also an inspiration, like, wow, today's a crazy day. They're
Right.
not listening. I got put people in timeout, and but I look at that picture and it's a reminder,
Yeah.
moving
Yeah.
forward, we will have better days, so it's good to have those visuals.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
We have some comments,
Nice.
so let's see what the people are saying.
Oh, we have Breon Nichols says, salute Queens. Hey, Breon, how are you?
John, thanks for tuning in.
Charles Berkeley says, good evening, ladies. Good evening, Charles.
Evening.
We got Tabron Shorts in the house. Hi, Tabron.
Hi,
Good evening,
Tabron.
ladies. Charles Berkeley says, how successful has the vision board been for the both of you? I can say, if I had to rate it on a percentage, 90%. And that's a good percentage. The reason why is because I'm a visual person, and I need reminders, constant reminders in form of symbols. That's what works for me. It could be anything from, seeing a picture of my children smiling or seeing that sunflower. So it works for me 90%. The 10% would be, super busy that day. I didn't get a chance to look at it, to regroup, or, things are really going super, super crazy. And I've accomplished most of my goals from my vision boards. Yeah. Or vision lists.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if you stop to take the time out to even think about what your vision is, what your aspiration is, then you're already 60% there, because most of us don't take the time to stop and really put like real thought into, like, we may think about going on vacation. That's probably about as future as we get, because we're so caught up in the today. Got to get the bills paid, the kids in school, work, all this other kind of stuff. But to actually stop and take time to assess where you want to be, that's something that a lot of people, at least I feel, don't do. So, so even stopping and doing that, you're, I think, more than half of what people do today. So that puts you about 60% there. And for me, I am doing pretty good on my vision board. I would say I'm about 70%. Nice. I still got to show you what's on there, but yeah, so it's good. And I think for me, even if I don't look at it every day, it's just one of those things that I feel like it's almost like subconscious in your mind, because you brought those thoughts forth, to your consciousness at some point. And even if you're like, okay, you got distracted for a minute, but I feel like you said, your North Star, like you've thought about it, it's there. So you'll come back to it.
Yeah. That's really important. Excuse me. We have Robert Dickerson says,
hi, Robert.
Peace and blessings to all. Hi, Robert. How are you? We have Coco Banks says, nice. Hi, Coco. Charles Brakely says, is there a certain format that you use to make a vision board? You want to answer that?
Oh, no, actually, no, you can do it however you want. So Izzy did hers, I would say, like aspirational dream board, all organized. You'll see mine. And it's really reflective of our different personalities, like we were talking about last week, where she's very like organized and methodical. And I know what's out there, but I don't necessarily categorize and organize. So it's whatever fits your personality, however you want to get it done. So the important thing is to, take the time to think about it and get it done. And honestly, I always heard of vision boards and I thought they were just like too fluffy for me. Right. So I was like, it's like sit down, and I was like, that's just, what people do who like prance in the fields of sunflowers. No shade.
Right. No, that's true though. I was going to mention that.
I always thought, yeah. And then when I did mine for the first time this year, like I've always had goals and vision, but when I actually sat down to do a board about it, I was like blown away at how much it affected me. So Will says, hello, Izzy Meditates and Kendra Moore. Let's talk about it. I am listening. What's up, Will? Our Feel Good Talk fam. You're welcome. So you want me to show you?
Yeah, show me your board. I want to see the board.
I want to know from you guys that are watching, do you have, do you sit down and think about your vision? And I'm not talking about a resolution, like New Year's resolution. That's different from a vision. A vision is something that is aspirational, that you are really going to stretch yourself, and you may not accomplish it this year. It may take like 4 or 5 years to accomplish. So, just let us know if you
can I say this really quick? Because I know the board that you're going to show is the same board that I created a while back with my friend Colette, and she'll be on next week. And we'll talk about some things, but we basically, it was about 10 of us in a group, maybe less. And we just had magazines, and we had to come up with our vision board with magazines and kind of cut them out. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So that's exactly what I did. So I will show you guys my vision board, a little bit harder to see, because but this is my vision board here. And I'll just show you a couple of things on here. But I put a title. So the title says 2021, Raise the Bar. So that's my theme, which means that I have to go, if I want to complete these things, you know, like, again, not necessarily this year, but work towards it, that I really need to like raise the bar in the way that I operate. So, for example, I have, what's this one? Okay, let me start on this side. So my board covers different things from, I have here nutrition. So you can see this guy's picture. He's almost like, you know, in a meditative type of, what do you call that?
It's he's meditating. I call it crisscross applesauce. I don't know the technical.
That's the official name. So, you know, so continue to be a better me by nutrition. And I put on one side a clearer view. Nice. So a clearer view meaning, you know, mindset. And then I have like a green smoothie. This says nutrition. So again, going through magazines and cutting things out. So some of you guys may know that I will be moving to Florida. And the thing with the vision around this, so see if I can show you this. So this says in with the new over here somewhere. In with the new. Yeah. And then here I have like a picture of like a couch and some people sitting around it. I have roots here, and I'll explain that roots, what that means. But essentially about a year and a half ago, I had told my parents that I wanted to move back to Florida. So they're in Florida and I've been here for 24 years. Wow. So my vision was, you know, I want to move back because I want to, as they get older, be able to really pour into their lives in an in-person type of way. Yeah. So that was my vision, and I was able to, you know, and, you know, my job, I liked it, but it was time for a change as well. So I was able to get a job in Florida, almost like, I guess it's been less than a year than when I started looking. So in about like 4 or 5 months. So I'll be relocating this summer. But here, what I have written down, because you can write, you don't have to just have the pictures. So for me, I wrote, for example, family reconnection. And that's what this roots comes from, right? So I'm connecting back with my family roots type of way. I have here smart success. And this really, I don't know if you guys can see it. Michael Strahan picture. Where's my camera? Michael Strahan, so smart success, because he's into like a lot of things. Like you see him everywhere, right? You see him on commercials. He's like doing football. He has TV shows. And it's not necessarily that I want to do those things, but I admire how he is able to, how he's just smart about the things that he gets into. Right. So, and for David as well. So these are kind of the thing. And then the reason why, I won't go through all, well, I guess I could. And then here I have learn. So you can see this lady here, she's sitting with a book in the middle. Because for me, I want to constantly keep learning. So I have that I need to do 2 personal development conferences in the year, continue my essential oils learning. I want to get into herbal education. So I wrote down all of the things that's associated to that. I have my boss thing around here. So operate like a boss. So these are my boss pictures. And then in the middle, I have more life, you know, which is my business. Right. So my ambition, and I put this in the middle intentionally. So this is my ambition. And this title from the magazine says, her idea is changing lives. Yeah. And #1 world's most famous, because my goal is for More Life to be the #1 natural brand in the world. So of course, that's something that I'm not going to achieve this year, but it will, you know, that's my vision. Yeah, you never know, but that's my vision. So, and then I have something over here for like exercise. Yeah. So that is awesome. So you can do it. And then what I put up here is just a reminder as I look at all this stuff is that I need to keep it simple. I need to stay focused, and I need to execute. Nice. So
this is awesome, Kendra.
Huh?
it's really awesome because I don't know if you know our background. Kendra and I have just met, like, and we connected like immediately. And I'm looking at her board, and everything she's talking about is her, and she's doing
Oh,
it. Like
thank
the
you.
exercise, I see her doing her exercise. She's executing on her business. Do you know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
And to have that mindset. So I think your 75 is going to 90%.
Thank you. It's going, but here's the thing. So for people who think like, because this was so me, like I don't want to sit down, look through these magazines and cut it out. And you know what's
Right.
so funny? I just got rid of like so many magazines before I did this because this wasn't on my mind to do.
Right.
And then I was like, you know what? I need to do a vision board. And what prompted me to do it is a friend of mine. She did hers last year. And I was at her house and she was like, Kendra, look at my vision board. And she was like, I did this last year. And she accomplished about, I would say about 95% of the things on her board, but she wasn't looking at it every day. She was
Right.
like, there's no way that I would have thought that, you know, I would be doing these things.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what, let me try that. So,
Yeah.
but sitting down and going through that process of really thinking about from a spiritual perspective, financial, for me, myself, spiritual, financial, educational, however you want to do it, family, then that's what you need to do. But the important thing is, like Izzy said, make it you, however you want to do it, whether you want to do it in this format or the other format. But the goal is really to have a vision and tell people about it. Like tell people about your vision. Don't share it, because when you tell people about your vision, then one, that makes you more accountable to execute the steps, not necessarily achieve it again this year or next month. But I think it also explains your behavior to other people. So when people say, girl, why aren't you going out anymore? All you're doing is this, this, and this. You know what I mean? Okay.
You bust out the board.
Okay. Look at the board. This is what I'm doing.
Right.
All right. Put everybody on notice. That's what I'm doing. So,
and it does. It seems like the first time I ever did it, I was selling health and wellness products, and I was like, dude, we had all this food set out, and they were like, okay, now we're gonna do the vision board, and I'm like, vision board, and we're all cutting, we're grown. I'm thinking this is like something for kids. we're like cutting it and pasting it on, and then after a while, I was like, wow, this is cool. As I began to get into meditation and teaching things, and it's good to see a visual. You have to see a visual, and if you don't see what your aspirations are going to be, then you just kind of go everywhere. You know what I mean? Or you don't see yourself in them. You know what I mean? Like I had to see myself teaching meditation. No, I'm not a yogi, but I saw myself teaching children and meditation. And that was a part of my board. And when I began to have children, I was like, I see myself, staying home with them and being their support and teaching them. And every day I would just like, see it. But at first I wasn't really like, I was like, oh my goodness, this is just not.
Yeah. And that's, I love, you have to see yourself. Yeah. I love that, because that's what it's about. Like you have to see yourself in it and see yourself doing it. Right. And again, that's letting go of the past, because we always look back to our past mistakes, or the ideas that people put on you. Right. So this is like my vision board. This came from me. I'm the one accountable for it. Izzy's accountable for hers. I can't make Izzy's come true. She can't make mine come true. You can get help, from people to execute what's on your board. Of course, but at the end of the day, you have to see yourself. But I think that also takes confidence. Some like confidence and boldness, because your vision board really should be something not routine. Right. So it shouldn't be a routine thing. It should be something where you're really going to stretch yourself and you're really going to grow throughout that process.
Yeah. So, and you can change it. Like, it's not like etched in stone. You see something that's not going to work, you just rip the picture off or change it, and it could be for a year. It could be for a week or two, whatever. It's all in what you want to do and what you want to see and see yourself doing in the future.
Now, but I would say though, you can change it, but don't quit. I think there's a difference.
Yeah, right.
You could be kind of like, oh, this isn't working, and I had this vision to do this and that, and then I'm just going to switch my vision. You know,
Right.
so the thing is if you need to pivot, you know, maybe do something a different way to get there. But ideally, you know, your vision ideally won't change, but maybe you think of different ways to do it. Or maybe you carry it over to like next year, you know, this is still going to be on my vision board. I'm going to carry it over. But
Right.
just,
Right.
you know, don't quit because it's not going to be easy.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. We have comments.
Yes.
So let's see. Get the people listening.
I think they're coming on. Naeem is here. Naeem Love
Hi.
says hello to all. Hi, Naeem. How are you?
Hi, Naeem. Naeem, I know you have something to say about a vision.
We have Tayron Shorts. He says, your vision boards are very inspirational. My version of a board is called roadmaps. Very nice.
Oh.
They are fun making as what we consider desires, objectives, a career goal are mapped out as reality. Ladies got my notepad out. Uh-oh. He's got his pad out this week.
That's
Starting
right.
my vision board off with a trip to Popeye's Chicken. Oh my goodness. You'll do that Popeye's.
After all that working out, you're gonna ruin it with Popeye's chicken.
I know, right?
And bring me back some okra. Bring me some okra.
Okra at Popeye's.
I thought so. Do they not
Oh,
sell
wow.
okra? I mean, down south, I think they do.
Yeah, I've tried. I can't do it. It's too slimy.
Ugh.
Charles Barkley says, I love it. Yes, we're going to see your vision board up here, Charles. I think I'm going to make one myself. You should.
Yeah.
You really should. Robert Dickerson says, I'm inspired. Great idea. Yay. So listen, to all who are inspired, Charles Barkley, awesome information. What I want you to do is I want you to make your vision board, whether it be virtual or on paper, and you can post it in the comment section. So all you fellas out there and ladies out there that are, you know, wanting to do this, let us see it. I love to see it. When you have a chance, make it. And this will always be on our feed. And you can go to the comments and then just post a picture of your vision board. Yeah. That'll be fun.
And maybe we can do some kind of collage, or who knows, maybe have a couple of people on one day and you can talk about your vision board. Yeah.
Honestly, if you make it, if there are enough posts or comments, the week after next, we will bring you on and you can actually discuss your vision or dream board. I'd love to do that. That'd be a lot of fun. Yeah.
And the thing that I love too is, you know, this whole platform, right? Let's talk about it. Feel Good Talk. The whole reason we have, you know, and do this is really to inspire other people and feed off of other people and learn and grow. So I think, you know, having you guys on and discussing your vision board with us, you know, that's what it's really about is, you know, of course, we're going to say, yay, you know, that's great and all that other kind of stuff. But it's just that positive connection where, you know, okay, because you got to surround yourself with people that are going the same direction that you're going if you're trying to go somewhere, you know. So I think, you know, a great discussion on vision board will be really fun.
Yeah, it'll open up. I mean, it opens up for connections to meet new people and to talk about it. It also opens up the opportunity to say, hey, a light bulb might go off. Wow, this is something that I want to do, you know? So I think that's a great idea.
And let's start too. So here's another thing about your vision board. Make it the end goal, right? So what's the end goal? And there's a difference between your vision, your mission, and your goal. So your vision is your like aspirational. So for example, for me, I wanted to, you know, relocate back to Florida. So that was my vision. So my mission then became, well, to do that, I need to get a job. You know, I didn't want to necessarily carry my old job into Florida, but so I was ready for a change in general. So I'm on a mission to get a job. And in order to do that job, then I have to set a goal, right? So to get that job. So now my goal is I need to put out, you know, resumes weekly. And in order to do that, I have to do the step of actually creating a resume. So you have your steps, you have your goals, you have your mission, you have your vision. And so your vision board allows you to see the future. So that way you can begin to like step backwards and start putting the actions in place that you need in order to get that done. So that's the important thing about, you know, not just having a vision, but really sitting down, thinking about what it is, because it should drive your behavior from that time forward.
Yes. I love that. I love that. So before we go on, we're going to go to commercial break, and then we'll have a few comments afterwards.
This is A-Game, an all-natural herbal dietary supplement formulated exclusively for men. Our proprietary blend was designed with one goal in mind: to improve your overall health, rejuvenating your vitality, energy, strength, and libido. Want to be at your peak performance in everything you do? Then bring your A-Game. Fast-acting, long-lasting, with no side effects.
Oh my God.
All right, so that is our sponsor for tonight. And if you are interested in the A-Game, be sure to reach out to Charles Brakely, or you can send a message via Feel Good Talk, and we'll get you connected with the A-Game.
Yeah, I know some of y'all have that vision.
Yeah,
they're like, oh, that's my vision.
I know, right? Don't put it on the board. Well, don't put it on the board, please. Don't put.
I mean, you can. It's your board.
Yeah. So let me ask you, Kendra, do you have your son, have you had your son create a vision board, or have you talked to him about doing something like that? I wonder how it would work with children. I've not done it with mine. So I was just curious.
I think it will be great. So I didn't have him do one this year yet.
Yeah.
So I just did mine maybe about, when was it, 2-3 months ago? But what I had him do last couple of years ago. So a couple of years ago, he was at a different school and really struggling, with bullying and kids, like, just being crazy. And it was kind of throwing him off his game a little bit at the beginning. So what I did was, I'm like, okay, let's write a list of things that you are going to accomplish this year. And so he had a board, and his board, I should have grabbed it too, because I think he still has his, but it had like the year there. And I tell him to write 5 things that he wanted to do this year.
Nice.
And something had to be around school and doing well in school. Something had to be around connecting with other people. And then he could make the rest, whatever he wanted. So he did 5 things, and then actually drew pictures, because he didn't want to sit and cut out the stuff in the magazine. So I'm like, I didn't want him to just have a list, because again, the words visualize is one thing, but I think your brain processes pictures different. So I'm like, well, here are some markers, draw, what that means to you. So he did that, and we actually had it hanging in the hallway. So when you going up our stairs, so when you went up the stairs, you have that there every day. So that's what we did. And he actually ended up doing really well. And we would do check-ins throughout the year. I'm like, David, how are you doing? I think one of his things was like make 2-3 new friends, because it was like a brand new school. So I'm like, okay, so how are you doing on your friends? Okay, how are you doing? I think it was something around music. I'm like, okay, how are you doing around that? So just, check-ins. So that's how I did it.
I love that. I love that. And these vision boards and dream boards, make it fun. You know what I mean? Have your girls come over, make sure you're COVID compliant, and have them come over 6 feet apart, wherever you guys have to do, and do it with your friends. You could do it with your family, or maybe you have someone that's just feeling down and you want to, it's a fun thing to do. Have little snacks and a couple drinks.
Yeah. And even when you said family, I'm thinking, even if you have like a family vision board, that you all create it together, this is the vision of our family. This is where we want to do. So now everybody has that idea, and they know the goals, because like you said at the very beginning, if you don't have a vision, I always call it like a wild horse. You're just on the wild horse of life. Right. And you're just going to let life take you wherever. And when it takes you someplace that you don't want to go, you're going to whine, you're going to complain, why is me, woe's me, and all this other kind of stuff. And that's, kind of your fault, because you didn't kind of steer the horse. Right. So I feel like the vision board helps you to steer the horse in a direction that you want to go. Yeah. And especially now with like the COVID situation, It's like the vision board for me and what I know I need to accomplish. It's not going to be deterred by COVID, because at the end of the day, COVID's going to be gone, or at least not gone, but you know what I mean? Like, we're not going to be in the same state as of today. And if I waited until things got better, or sat in depression or sadness or got caught up on the news and didn't move forward, then when everything opens back up, I'm behind, right? Because I've wasted so much time. So, it keeps you on your game no matter what's happening.
Yeah. And just think about it. I mean, you have your family and everybody's putting, their aspirations. So now you have an idea of your daughter's aspirations, which you probably didn't know before because you're so busy working and doing whatever. Now you have your sons, you have your husbands or whatever. And we all work together to see that aspiration and work towards it. Yeah. That's like awesome.
Talk about breaking family bondage and family, purposes. We work together because guess what? We show up, most of us show up every day to work on somebody else's vision.
Exactly.
You got your company's vision, you got your company's mission, and we show up every day, 8 hours a day, 12 hours a day here lately, but 8 hours a day to work on their mission and their vision. Yeah. But we don't get time out on, for ourselves, and no one's gonna, do it for you. So you gotta do it.
Right. I love that. So this vision board, it can be used across the board for everything, and you can do it how you like it. There, don't sit down and do it as a chore or I have to do it. Make it fun. Make it fun. Yep. So we're going to see if we have any more comments out there or questions, any questions about how you may want to start your vision board.
Does anyone want to share any of their visions?
Yeah. Oh, a vision board party. We got vision board party up with chat. Yeah. Tabron Short says, need to rebrand a game to touchdown. I know, right? You could do that. Charles is laughing. Charles, you bring the food.
Then the DJ
food. No, seriously, I have gone to vision board parties. This is like a real thing. This is people take this stuff seriously. This is like a real big to do. There's food, there's drinks, and you laugh and you have fun with it. And then at the end, we just all took a picture together of our vision boards, and it's good to just enjoy that company, you don't have to have a lot of people. It could be a couple people.
Right. I've seen some classes online too. I haven't taken them, but I think in Facebook, they have vision board online where you can do it.
Yeah.
And again, the thing is, even if you don't want to do it the way that we did it, just think about where it is that you want to go, in your life.
Yeah. Oh, he said, let's do a feel good talk vision board. That would be fun.
Yes.
We should do that.
Bring the magazines. So I'm out of magazines. My last 4 magazines.
I don't have a magazine in my house. That's why I couldn't do one on.
Yeah, that's why you did yours online.
I did mine virtually. Yep. But you know what? Don't feel like you have to go out and buy like all this stuff to do a vision board.
No.
There's stuff you have in your house, and it doesn't have to be like, it could be pictures, but it could be something like maybe there's a piece of material that you're attached to that reminds you, and you can keep these vision boards. I still have a few from way back that have dust on them, and just a reminder as to what you've accomplished and how far you've
been feeling it, Lizzie.
Oh goodness, the last one I did, it's been 2016. I started. Wow. Yeah, that's how long me and Colette go back. We we did one together, and I think it was 2015, 16, like crossing over to 2016. Right. Charles says, I have a lot of magazines to get rid of. Oh man.
Good. Bring them to the party. So when you're doing your vision boards, did you find that over time it changed, like your maybe priorities change or what you put on your board changes? How is that?
Oh, so when I made my first vision board, 2015, 2016, I was in boss babe mode. I was like, let's get this money, let's get this career, focusing on working for a tech company, how I'm going to move up in the company, how I'm going to, take all these classes and everything. I wasn't focused. And I want to say it was focused on family, but it was focused on getting money for my family.
Okay.
It was, and more of that materialistic. Now, fast forward 4 or 5 years or plus, it's more focused on emotions, my inner peace, my heart, how I
Wow.
can help people, not so much with money per se, but how I can help them to deal with their emotions and,
Right.
gratitude. And it's shifted a whole lot. Maybe I'll find it and dust it off. And I had like a big diamond in the corner. Like, I'm going to be
Oh,
rich.
you were for real.
That was real. I don't even know where I got that diamond from.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's so different. And now that you say that, like right now I'm feeling like, wow, that was just a thing for me, but now it's not a thing for me. So I've changed. Yeah. And it doesn't mean that, I changed for the better. This is just a shift that my life has taken. Right. It could have been someone who started out with gratitude and all these other things, but realized that they needed to go a different way. And no one is wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're making your vision board about your truth. That's your truth. Right. You know what I mean? So if you want to be a baller and make money, then go for it. That's what you want to do. Yeah. How about you?
Well, this is my first one, so we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. But on my mind, I would say that much like you, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, my focus, was like on the job and doing this type of stuff. And now it's less about that, even though I still want to operate in excellence at work, just because that's what I want to do. But it's not necessarily to get anywhere. It's just necessarily just because, that's how I want to show up, and all the things that I do. So I was going to say something when you said, so the other thing about a vision board, you guys, or having a vision, is that it allows you to recognize the opportunities when they're there. Yeah. So, I heard a story about this lady and it was interesting. So she was single. She wanted to get married. And so she actually cut out a clip of a man and put it on her refrigerator. And she said that she would, because she had been like dating and nothing was panning out. And so she said that she would, every day she would wake up, and it sounds crazy till you get to the end. So stay with me here. So every day she would get up, and she said, when she walked by the refrigerator, she would talk to this picture, right? So she said, she would just like talk about this or say that. And, she's talking to herself, but with this picture in mind. So what happened is, she said, as she began really thinking about the type of person that she wanted to be with, she started to get, as she visualized it, really, really specific about what that is. You know what I mean? Because a lot of us, and if Naeem is still here, he'll second this probably, but a lot of us have such superficial ideas about what we want in a relationship, right? So she started to get really specific about the things that she wanted. And she said that she would still go out and date, but what would happen to her is that she wouldn't be caught up in staying with people that weren't who she was talking to on her refrigerator or what she pictured. It's like, nope, that's not it. Nope, you're not him. And then we ended up meeting this guy, and through conversations that they had together, the time they spent and stuff, she was like, man, this is like I recognize him. Like I never met him, but I recognize him because this is, who I kind of like drawn out. And it's not that she was trying to be like, this is my perfect mate. It wasn't about a perfect mate type of thing. But I think that also hit me in a way, not just from a relationship standpoint, but from a standpoint of when you have a clear vision of what you want, and you can be detailed in what that vision entails, then when an opportunity comes, you recognize that opportunity. It's like your eyes now and your antennas are up. And you can start to take advantage of those opportunities. Because some people say, oh, this person is lucky. You know what I mean? Well, they're not really lucky. Or you might say, oh, well, I'm lucky. I got this. Well, are you really lucky? Or is it that you saw the opportunity and you took advantage of it? And the more that you do that, the more opportunities that you'll recognize and start taking advantage of. And then all of a sudden, now you're accelerating towards your vision in a way that you didn't think was possible.
Yeah, I love that. And I don't think that's crazy at all. I am a firm believer of that. I believe that you speak things into existence. You ever like say something and then boom, it happens. I hope I don't run into traffic again. Next thing you know, you're stuck in like 3 hours.
I know. I hope someone don't call me.
Right. It's all attraction. So you do the same thing with a man. You want the specific man, down to the eyes, down to the height, down to what you want him to look like, what kind of job. I believe it.
I don't know if all that's going to show up, but I don't know about all the way down to those specifics.
I know.
But yeah, I know what you mean though. But you do have to have, some detail. I think a lot of us are way too fuzzy about what we want in the future. You know what I mean? So and then we operate in fuzzy ways, because of that. And you're indecisive, right? Because you don't have that North Star to say, you know what, if I take this path, I'm going to move away from my North Star. So, I think the other thing with having a vision and a vision board is that it allows you to just start weeding things out, weeding people out, helping you to make your decisions more clearer. So for me, as someone who is generally indecisive and procrastinates, it definitely does help me. I know I say that about every show. I need to stop saying that about myself.
You don't procrastinate. I think you're just super, super busy.
Yeah, that too. So that's my 2 cents there.
Yeah. I was gonna say when I started meditation and before I started doing vision boards and before I started writing down goals, aspirations, and everything, I immediately discounted myself as a meditation teacher. And I'm gonna tell you why. Number one, I'm hype. I'm always on 100 all the time, words, everything I do. I'm always just excited about life. And I see people who are so calm and my teacher's talking like this. And I'm just thinking to myself, there's no way. And then I started to write things down, didn't have a vision board, but just say, hey, you know what? This is what I can bring to meditation. I might be super, super hype in the beginning, but I have a way to regulate my emotions where I'm calm because I have to help bring that forward to children. And not so much a calm, but an awareness is what I'm bringing to everyone when I do the meditation. So, it's good to see it because if I didn't, I probably just nah, I can't do it. And here I am, teaching meditation and sharing it with everyone. And it's not easy all the time. Like you said, sometimes you're going to run into things on your board that it's going to be you got to keep revisiting and revisiting. But then finally you go through and you're good. Yeah. I think we have some comments here. We'll take a few comments before we head out. Charles Brakely says, yes, your vision board changes with age. Yeah. What you thought was important back then is not that important now. Yes, that is so true. Yeah. Because Wayne Dyer says we have 3 parts of our life. It's the morning, the afternoon, and the evening of our life. And what was important to us in the morning is no longer important to us in the evening and the afternoon. Oh, and that is still very true. Yeah, when you think about it. So right now, y'all know my age anyway. I'm in the afternoon of my life.
Right. Are we still in the afternoons? Can we be
still in the afternoon?
Is there mid-morning?
Oh, you want to do mid-morning? All right. We'll do mid-morning. Tabron Short says the library has some good vision board material. Wow. Just don't go back there. I'm getting started tomorrow.
What? Are you taking
okay. Tabron, we're gonna be looking for your vision board inside the comments. We're gonna bring you on. Robert Dickerson says, tell me is a platform the same as a vision board? I'd like to get more involved with financial literacy. It's a great opportunity for young Black people and our community. Very nice.
I would say no, that it's not. So the platform is what you're going to use to achieve your vision. So what is your vision in getting involved? So the one way that you can come up with your vision, if you have a hard time doing it, Robert, is if you say, okay, my platform, I want to get more involved with financial literacy opportunity for young Black people in our community. Why do you want to get involved with that? You know what I mean? So what is it how do you want to impact, young Black people in our community? So your vision is really aspirational. So platform is what you're going to use to achieve your vision.
Right.
So that's how I would say how you should think about your vision.
Yeah.
Now,
So
if
your
it's
board,
something, go ahead.
I was gonna say his board would have something like, okay, so how he's gonna achieve that is maybe being more supportive, through financial, or maybe supplying more books, or like those individual.
Like I would think like your vision could be something like, I want to have 100 young Black people.
Right,
If let's say if you have like some kind of certificate that they get, you know what I mean, or something like that. So I want to have 100 young Black people go through this course and get certified, or even you for yourself. Like I want to impact like 10 communities with, for financial this. It doesn't have to be 10, it could be one, but
right.
you know what I mean? So that's what your vision is to have this impact. The way you accomplish your impact is through this platform, right? And your platform might change. Maybe, you want to see financial freedom for this community. That's your vision. And you start off with this platform. Let's say the platform for some reason doesn't pan out. And then you have to pivot and say, you know what? Since everybody is online, let me do an online thing, right? So maybe you pivot from that to something online, or maybe, so the way that you get there, the channels that you use can change, but your vision will still be the same.
Yeah.
So I hope that helps, Robert.
Girl, you are a pro at this for your first time.
I love vision, mission stuff.
I love it. Charles Brakely says, so true. What you put into the universe, it comes into fruition. Yes. Yes. I am a firm believer in that.
Yeah.
That is so true.
And, the reason why I know the reason why I'm passionate about it is I feel like a lot of people, and I don't know if it's just because like kind of being raised in like a corporate type of environment. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people don't stop and think about what their long-term goals are, much less, their vision. And I feel like our people in particular, like we don't talk about this. Like these aren't conversations that we have with each other, with family, with friends, you know what I mean? And a lot of times the conversations that we do have may be more focused on the negative things or things that are happening to us, or, but these are just things that we as a community, we don't talk about, So if you don't talk about it, then you don't know about it. If you don't know about it, you can't do it.
Right.
So, for me, and I know the impact that it's had for me, and I know I'm instilling that in David as well, as like, don't just be, you know what I mean? So don't just be out here in this world, have a vision and work towards it. So that's my, and it's an opportunity too for us to constantly learn. We should always be like learning and growing, at least in my opinion. Right. So that's why I'm passionate about these types of topics. Yeah,
I need you on deck when I was in high school, getting into college. When I was in college, it was just like, okay, well, this is what I want to do. I want to help people, but I didn't know how I wanted to help people. And so I ended up going into a field where helping people was so structured that it turned me off from trying to help people. You know what I mean? I should have been in more of an organization versus being in a government type organization, because they're totally different as to how they help people, and it can completely turn me off. But if I had that vision board to say, hey, I want to help people. Okay, well, how do you want to help people?
Right.
That would have changed. I would have probably started out with nonprofit from the beginning. You know what I mean? Instead of taking the government route. And I probably would still be in that field, but I was so turned off by that. So, I mean, don't be, don't be afraid to start vision boards with your children. I mean, they're old enough at 4 and 5 to understand the concept of a vision board. Yeah. So you can start at a young age, and for sure do this with your high schoolers. Definitely.
Yes. Even and for your high schoolers, with them, maybe you don't start off with like, what's your vision? Oh, I want to be, the next YouTube star, which is fine. But I'm just saying, like, start maybe with them, you kind of start, okay, with school. Again, like, what's your vision for school? I want to get straight A's. All right, let's put that on there. And again, it should be something that stretches you, not something that you just like, oh, I can do it with ease.
Right.
Because I think for kids, especially, one, like you said, it has them in that gold mindset. Right. But two, I think it's that like training just the mind and their brain that, you know what, I need to operate like this if I want to achieve this.
Right.
So David, my son, so he wants a virtual reality. What's that thing that you put like the game?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So he comes to me. He's like, Mom, I got a deal for you. I'm like, okay, what's the deal? And so I already know it's not for me, it's for him, right? So, but he was like, I got a deal for you. He's like, if I do good in school, can I get a virtual reality thing? Because I've been saving some money for it. So I was like, okay, David. I was like, here's the thing. You can get it, but you're not going to get it for doing what you're supposed to do. Right. So if you show up on time or turn your homework in on time, or, you get a C, C's, that's average,
right.
So that's what you're supposed to do. But you got to like 10X, on that in order to get to your goal. So now he's like working harder, to do that, because he has that vision, that, okay, I got to, again, stretch myself in order to get what I want. So,
right. It's true. Like, and that's some real world type stuff right there. You go to your boss and he does a review for you. He's not going to give you a bonus because you're doing average. You hitting a 2-3%. No, you have to be 5% and above. And that's real life. And that's what you're teaching your child. So I love that.
That goes for all of us.
Yes. I love that. I love our chats. Let's see if we have any more comments before we head out.
Please.
We have Robert Dickerson says, learning more about stock options. Great input. Thanks.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's another topic we got to have one day.
Oh, yeah. No, that's really good. I've been thinking about that lately. Charles Brakely says, so true. You only know what you know. Yep. Yeah. Brian Reed. Hi, Brian Reed. New viewer here. Great topics, lady. Nice to meet you.
Thank you for joining.
Yes. Charles Brakely says, exactly. I never rewarded my kids for things they are supposed to do. Yes. Yeah. And it's so crazy because I just had that on my mind the other day. And I don't know. Maybe my son did something that reminded me of it. And I was like, dude, when I worked for the government, we got a couple percent. But if we didn't go above and beyond, we didn't get anything extra. So,
yeah.
We have to go above and beyond.
Facts.
I am so excited everyone came out today. We had a good time. We always have a good show.
We do have a good time. We love our viewers. Love you guys.
Yes. And I always learn from the audience, and I always learn from you, Kendra, because we're totally different personalities, and you bring something to the table. I bring something to the table, and we come together and we make this awesome combination. So I'm excited that we're a team.
It is magic.
Yes.
So thank you guys for coming out. Charles Brakely says, awesome show, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you. So you already know where to find us, but we're going to let you know that you can find us on Facebook. And we're also on Instagram. We're at LinkedIn at Feel Good Talk, Facebook at Feel Good Talk, YouTube at FGT Mind, Body, Soul, and Business, and Instagram, we're at feel.goodtalk. We also have a website, which is feelgoodtalk.net. We are currently looking for sponsors. Hit me up if you like to be a sponsor. We are also looking for individuals who would like to showcase their business or a book or anything that they'd like to talk about. Just give us a email, send us a DM. We have Robert Dickerson says, great broadcast information is power. That's right.
Yes, it is. And we got to share that information with each other.
Yes.
So should we give them a preview of the show next week, or you want to wait?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Next week, we are going to have my close, another mentor that I have, Colette. And Colette will come by and we will talk about health and wellness. And this is an awesome topic. We're going to talk about health and wellness across the board. And along with Colette, I'm going to explain some of the health and wellness, my health and wellness journey. And Miss Kendra will also explain her health and wellness journey. And this is not just about losing weight. It's not about trying to get the pounds off. It's about mind, body, soul, like the whole health and wellness overall. You cannot, you lose all this weight and your mind's not right, and you can't have your mind right and then try to, it all is all in one. And so we're going to talk about that next week. I am super excited about that.
Me too. Me too. We had a great time as always.
Yes.
So thank you guys. Go ahead.
I was going to say thank you, and be sure to tune in next Thursday at 7:00. Like and share our page, like and share our post. It's really important to do that, because in doing so, you're blessing someone else. Maybe they didn't get a chance to see it. Maybe there's a message for them. So be sure to share. It's not about the likes. It's not about, how many people we get to view and things like that, but to really get the message out about a lot of things that we talk about that I think people in our community and beyond might need. So be sure to tune in next week. And we love you guys as always. I'm going to try my heart today.
Okay, she's gonna try her heart today.
Oh, I got my heart.
Yes, you did it. Love you guys. We'll see you next week. Thank you for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.